Hey guys, Game10 Master Do here, and welcome to part 8 of my Let's Play of SSX Tricky. In the last part, we completed the freestyle event of Mesablanca, and in this part, we are going to start the race event of Mesablanca, the same track. So, before we move on, I have to kind of confess that I made a little mistake when I was doing a few practice runs before my actual video recording of this game. I saved max stats after he completed each and every event, so yeah, he has max stats. Well, or not completely maxed out, but pretty dang high stats for this race, so just keep that in mind. Also keep in mind I am using the lowest, I'm using max default board, which I guess kind of balances it out, but still he's a bit overpowered, so to speak, in this part of the game. But anyways, it doesn't matter in the sense that you'll be still taking the same routes, just with different characters, boards, and stats. Because Max is pretty overpowered right now. Otherwise, yeah. So let's get started with this race event. You can probably tell that his stats are maxed out because he moves pretty dang fast compared to the other racers, especially when holding down that boost button. Yeah, I failed that jump there. Okay, so when you're racing on Mesablanca, one thing that you'll want to take is this shortcut to the left here, across this bridge thing, and into this tunnel. This shortcut is pretty useful, but it's not the best shortcut in this track. It's one of the two shortcuts that you will want to take in order to get a gold medal on this track. Now that little jump there, which I face planted on, it's almost impossible to not face plant, so don't worry about it if you do. It's a pretty glitchy part of the track. But yeah, so just keep on racing down the track. I hit the board thing, billboard, yeah, that's the word. I forgot that word, go figure. So yeah, just keep racing down the track, racing down. Yeah, there's really nothing else to say. Oh, well, here comes up another shortcut that you can take during the race. Instead of going across this jump, take a right here and don't take the jump. Instead, just kind of ride down. This is a pretty big shortcut. It's the second shortcut. The second big shortcut that you can take. But it's still not the best one in the track. The best one is still coming out. But this is a pretty short track, and it's nice compared to Elysian Alps after you've been racing for 15 minutes straight. I know that one race doesn't take 15 minutes, but the 3 races, quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals all combined, take about 15 minutes to complete. It took me about 15 minutes, maybe 12. But yeah, that's a pretty long race. So yeah, this track is nice because it's such a drastic change from the Elysian Alps longevity. Now here's the biggest shortcut. See, if you can land on one of these rails, hold down the boost button all the way, and you'll get a huge speed boost, and you'll just take such a huge lead. That is the biggest shortcut in the game. It's not really a shortcut, it's just a little technique that I always use when I play racing on this track. But trust me, it helps a lot. The biggest problem is getting on the rails in the first place, because the rails are kind of glitchy and you might bounce off them by accident. But yeah. So that was the quarterfinals of Mesablanca. We're moving on to the semifinals in just a second here. Loading, 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 loading. Okay. So I have a lot more videos coming up pretty soon. I have a lot of free time on my hands. So make sure you expect more videos to come out more frequently, especially these Let's Play SSX Tricky videos. I'm also planning to do reviews. I forgot if I already said that. If I did, I apologize. But yeah, reviews are coming up. So yeah, that's something to expect from me. Oh, one little note I want to make is that my SSX 3 Let's Play, there is one video that is blocked in every single country except Canada because of a certain music I used. I apologize. If you cannot watch the video, then I suggest moving on to the next one. I should probably say this in the update, not in the actual Let's Play video. But yeah, I apologize if you can't watch the video, but I already deleted the source footage, so I cannot remake the video. Maybe I'll do it later, but otherwise not really. Anyway, so here I failed to take the initial shortcut. So I'm taking a different shortcut, which I failed in the freestyle video, and now I actually get it. Hold down that boost button when on rails. Although I failed, hit the wall, reset. I can't really help hitting the wall, you know. I actually forgot how the track layout was at that point, so I didn't know there was a wall there. A general tip, when you're on rails, if you have boost and you're not in first place, hit that boost button, because rails do not have any resistance whatsoever, and more likely than not, they're a shortcut in a race. And if you think that you'll lose points in freestyle because you're using boost on a rail, that's not how the point system works. The game calculates your points on rails based on distance, not on speed. So if you're moving really slowly and you think you'll get more points that way, you won't really. It's just based on the distance you travel. So the only way you're going to lose points is if you fall off the rail early, or if you wipe out and hit the wall in the process, like I did. So I'm in third place because it's the semifinals and the AI of the bots have ramped up a bit. I take the shortcut, bail, and yeah, I'm still in first. It's not really too difficult. It would have helped a lot if I wasn't using max standard board, but I actually didn't notice that I was using max standard board. I completely forgot to equip his other board. So yeah. Make sure you don't make the same mistake I made. Yeah. I managed to pack in all 3 races in this video because they're short enough to pack in. Within my personal time limit of about 15 minutes. Last time I tried to go over 15 minutes. It didn't work out so well. YouTube failed to upload it, or my Mac failed to upload it, or whatever happened, it didn't work. So I would love to upload videos longer than 15-20 minutes, but yeah, my computer or YouTube can't handle it. Go figure. So yeah, with that wipeout, I finished the semi-final race event of Mesablanca. Let's move on, shall we?
You've earned your spot in the next race.
Okay, so there's really nothing much else to say about this track. Just keep your speed up and keep turning. There's a lot of ice on this level, so it helps if you have a pretty high turning skill. Oh, this jump at the beginning, if you manage to jump on the second one, you can hit a shortcut, but it's really difficult to hit that shortcut with a high speed like mine, so I didn't do it. You can try it all you want, but it's not necessary. And it's actually might not be worthwhile, excuse me, because it's at the beginning of the race and the AI can overtake you pretty easily. So here I just kind of jumped over the track. Oh god, the canyon is pretty annoying in the race event. If you have a high speed, you're gonna hit the ceiling, like I am. Here, but actually here I remembered to take the shortcut and get ahead of the pack. What else? So here's the thing. I actually took the time to read the game manual, which I've never done before. I've played SSX, all the games without reading the manual. And one thing, there are actually 2 things that are interesting. One, if you hold down the X button or the jump button, depending on what game or what system you're playing, if you hold down the jump button but you don't want to jump, if you press L3 or left whatever you're using, if you press L3, then it cancels the jump. I never knew that. I always thought that as soon as I held down the jump button, I would always have to complete the jump. That is amazing. I can't believe I've never noticed that before. It's not even in the basic controls menus. Like, when you're loading a game, it tells you the controls. It wasn't on that screen, so I never knew that in the SSX series, except for the latest game, which I may have a review of later. In each and every SSX game, if you do a jump, if you prepare for a jump, but if you press left or L3, then you can cancel the jump. I never knew that. That just proves that even veterans like myself, yes, I call myself a veteran, whatever, learn new stuff if you just read the game manual. Game manuals these days are kinda terrible. Especially EA. EA is claiming that they're being more eco-friendly by having less pages in their game manuals and putting the game manuals in their in-game. But I can already tell that it's just a money-making scheme where they reduce game manual costs by a lot. That's really cheap, EA. I've never realized it before since I stopped buying EA games. Not for any particular reason, it's just that I don't find any of the sports games interesting. But yeah, apparently EA is the worst company in America. It was voted the worst company in America. But anyways, I'll talk about that more next video. So comment, rate, subscribe, check out my other videos, check out my channel, and I'll see you guys next time.
Is in full effect.
You've got the goal. And a low